Welcome back to Spitballin Cards. In today's video, we're talking about cards that have recently ended, and we want to get each other's thoughts on those particular sales. And the card that really started this in our group chat was, do you have it pulled up, Ty? You wanted to share it real quick? We're just going to jump into this episode.
I do. We talked about Bowman's Best.
Here, Ty's here. Jeff's not here. He'll be back. Okay. Well, we talked about Bowman's Best last week. And so this card just sold. Bowman's Best is about $4.50 a box.
Yep.
And you can pull one of the best cards in the whole product and make what, $1,500 on it?
Literally, like, is this not? I guess it's the red lava. I don't know if there's a red also. I didn't even look. Yeah. What did we say last week? It was $450 on like Dave and Adams or Blowout. Cards HQ had it for $400 a box.
Well,
you know, but you're 4 to 5xing your money, like 5xing your money on hitting the second best card you could arguably pull in the whole product. Like, that's crazy. I just saw this. I was like, oh, I wonder what has sold in the last week from Bowman's Best, because we know a lot of stuff I'm sure has been hit. And then to see this sale at $2,200, knowing the price of these boxes, that was just like, I would expect if I hit this, knowing that box price, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this must be at least a $10,000 card, right?
No. Yeah, I would have thought at minimum 5, because it's the color match too, like the reds with the red lava. Like this
card,
great.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's Bowman's Best in a nutshell, though. I think.
Yeah,
but you could grade that and get a PSA 10.
And then it'd be
3
worth
color matches.
Oh, that's right, because the label's also red and white. You're right, Phil.
Good one, Phil. That's smart.
Oh.
Triple color match.
Ever since I saw the Gunnar Henderson Bowman's Best rookie autograph not be able to sell when it's listed at like at $5K, I've kind of conclusion on Bowman's Best.
In 2021, I think I bought the Acuna Gold Bowman's Best, like gold auto, the rookie auto, and I'm like, this is a badass card. I love this thing, and I held it like while he got hurt, and held it through 2022 when he came back and he was injured, and then I put it up for bids in the middle of 2023 when he was going 40-70. And it did not move from when I bought it like 3 years earlier. So I was done with Bowman's Best pretty much right then and there.
Well, you had a Soto experience too, didn't you? You and Jeff?
Yeah, we bought the Soto Gold. And we, held that for like a year. We thought because it's on card, versus Soto's other rookie autos, like that Topps Chrome was a sticker. We thought the gold out of Bowman's Best will be better. But the fact that it's in Bowman's Best kind of, I guess, is overshadowing the fact that it's on card versus the sticker in Topps Chrome. Because in a year, it never moved. Like we never got any offers on it above what we paid. We ended up just moving it. I think we netted like $12 at the end of the day. So I
like this card a lot. I like the look of it. I really like the look of this card. I think it looks really nice. I was thinking about the conversation we had last week where I kind of suggested that maybe like Bowman's Best should just be, they won't do it, but maybe it should be folded into a different product instead of like being, this or whatever. They put those stupid snack pack into Bowman Draft. Like, why not just put Bowman's Best into Bowman's Draft instead? Like put it in there and have this be the secret pack that you get 1 per 3 cases, and then you hit a bunch of like rookie autos, from a subset. Like you could keep the legacy of the brand, but they won't do it because apparently people are paying $4.50 a box.
I was gonna say they will never do that because they like money.
Because they like money. I get it. I like money too.
They're here to make that money. But with that said, that's a good one to bring up. How do we feel about Ellie De La Cruz, by the way? He is. People are like projecting him to be like a superstar MVP candidate year in year out. Do we think he's that guy? Like, or do we think if who he is last year, he's still very good. He's going to be good his whole career. But do we think he has another step to him?
Well, what would he need to do to take another step? Get his K rate down?
Yes, K rate and errors.
Get the ball in the air more.
He had a 119 OPS plus last year.
There's a big discrepancy in his max exit velo and his actual home run output because he still hits a lot of ground balls. So, but he's made some strides. I mean, like looking at how he swings, seeing his highlights, you would not think in that bandbox of a ballpark that he's hitting under 30 home runs a year, and that's what he's been doing. Get the stolen bases above 100. Come on, dude. New rules.
Well, yes, got to get on
size bases. Come on.
Got to get your OBP above 339 to do that. So that's another thing, right? Get to a 370 OBP. Then he has 100 stolen bases. Yeah. Like that's what he needs to do. I think his peak offensive season could be an MVP season because even though he had like the most errors last year, he still graded out very well defensively. But he did lead the league in strikeouts last year at 218. So
that's too many strikeouts
somewhere. I'm trying to remember. Like, here
he's 23 next year.
Yeah, he turned 23 last week on
So
January.
young. Wow.
I just looked it up. January 11th, he turned 23.
Oh,
But yeah,
I mean, still young.
yeah, he's young, and that's it. I feel like cutting down the strikeouts and getting the ball in the air more. We saw Guerrero do that, during the season last year, and he was 25 that year. So, I mean, he's young with limitless potential, it seems. And someone mentioned the bandbox ballpark. That's only going to help. As soon as he starts getting the ball in the air, the home runs are going to climb fast.
Ty, scroll down. Let's look at his launch angle. 9%. That's really not that bad. We'd like to be, I think like Aaron Judge, I think is like 20%, to give you an example, though. I know Mookie really raised his launch angle the last few years, which has played really well at Dodger Stadium, but I only know that.
Judge was at 19.
19, 20 his last couple of years. He was at 15 in 2022 when he broke the record. But still a lot higher. So
yeah.
All right, that was the first card. I'll go next.
Okay.
Let me pick one. Okay,
by the way, Bowman's Best right now, you can find it probably for around 400. The 450 prices were a little bit fake. Like I could buy Bowman's Best right now for 375 if I wanted to. And some commenters on that video did say that its legacy is actually, it goes back further than even Bowman Draft, right? I think 1995. We had first Bowman's Best. Now, is it as popular as Bowman Draft? Maybe this year, but usually not. And I think they don't print that much of it. So
no, it's hobby only, which is nice. One format, which is nice.
Just be careful. Like those buying in are going to be like, 4 on-card autographs, great checklist. Yes, great checklist, but a pretty deep, long autograph checklist. So you're not likely to get the good names, and that's where you can get kind of screwed. With that LE, there has to be a true red, and that would probably sell for about double the lava. But prices are always going to be a little bit higher within a month of release. So that price, it's not even going to be that high for that lava in a few months, one would think. Unless Ellie does something, takes that step.
Crazy.
Here's my card. What do we think of this card? I'm shocked it went for $56. I feel like this is one of those cards that would have gone for a lot more if the photo did not straight up suck.
I like the photo.
I mean, it's supposed to be it's like a refractor, right?
Oh, the photo of the card.
Yes, the card, the actual photo. No, the image is great. The photo that the seller took was bad. Just because this is a beautiful card in hand. Have you ever seen the rainbow foils? They're good looking. This looks like a base if you were just scrolling. I think that really hurt this card.
This was a terrible time to sell this card too.
I could have seen this going for at least 100 though.
Selling this in January is a terrible idea. Unless you had to sell it, but hard to believe you'd need $56 that badly. I would have sold it like a couple months from now, but I was in on this card. I didn't win it. I was in on it.
How'd you not win it, Ty? $56.
I don't know. I was like third highest bidder or something. I just thought I'd try to snag it. I'm trying to be more disciplined with what I buy. So somewhere I'm in there.
At $47.
Yeah, no, I might have been 55. Where is it?
Shipping is $16 though.
Oh,
yeah, shipping was high. Yeah,
$16. What?
I like this card a lot, but recently, toward the end of last year, I picked up just an auto version of this.
Yeah,
like not the rainbow foil, but like just like a base card auto, which I love. Like an image like this is pretty iconic if you're a Soto fan. So throw the on-card auto in there, and that gets me more excited than just like a numbered parallel. Yeah. So I kind of made my bed with the auto, so I didn't want to just keep buying this image. But $56, someone got a really good deal here. If I could have had this card for $56, I would have absolutely happily bought it for $56.
Well, you couldn't have because of $16 shipping, but
right. So $72. That's still not terrible.
Under
$100.
Like this is a consigner, apparently SCC. If I were the consignee, the person who sent the card in, I'd be like, "What are you doing? $16? You need to give me some of that."
Yeah, take better photos, SCC.
Yeah, got to get some of the shine in there.
That's a brutal photo.
Are those the fees on the picture 3? Are those their rates?
I think so.
Oh no,
I don't want to read that.
Yeah,
all right, Chris, you're up next.
Okay, I got it. Here we go.
I've got one. But...
All right, so this is the first card I want to talk about is a Topps Chrome image variation from 2023, I believe. And it is a red speckled variation, which makes me a little bit sick, but the image is so cool. If you're a Phillies fan or a Harper guy,
I'll like it.
So this is
the
Harper SP holding up I believe that is the NLCS MVP award. And this is exactly the type of stuff I want to see on an image variation like this. I don't like the Phillies. Harper celebrating here meant that the Braves were not celebrating somewhere. So this one hurts me a little bit, but I really, really, I like this card a lot.
I don't know what you wouldn't like about the speckle. It looks amazing.
I just rather be just a true red. Like, just make it a regular red. We don't need the speckles.
Someday I'm going to bring you around to the speckle.
I'm on Chris's side on this one, Ty.
Okay.
I think it looks awesome. It looks it fits with the theme of celebration. Like there's confetti coming down. It's
okay. I'll give you that. For this particular image, the speckles does have like a confetti feel to it. So I will give you that. Phil, is this a card you would have any interest in if it were like a Devers holding up the ALCS MVP?
No.
Okay. That was a very fast, very strong response.
What did it sell for?
All right, let me pull this up, get our market movers app going.
Phil doesn't like cards. He only likes wax.
That's true. This sold for $710 at bids with bids.
It's a lot of money.
Yep.
It is.
There's a lot of money.
It is, but I mean, that's pretty iconic Phillies
Cool
card.
Right. Those are the types of cards that will get you, if you're a fan of that team and you got to have the card.
Yeah. So there's a Freddie Freeman in 2022 holding the World Series trophy with the red. And I bought the red speckle. It's terribly centered, which drives me crazy. Like, why wouldn't Topps bother centering the reds? I don't know. But I bought it raw because it's not really gradable, but I think it was about half what this Harper went for. So I think the condition really does matter, for a lot of people.
That's not the same one you have in gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. If I can, anytime that card comes up and it's like reasonably priced, I usually just buy it. I don't have that kind of willpower to not do that.
That one is nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. All right, Ty, you're up.
You got one, Phil, or no? You're good.
Oh, Phil, that's right.
I'm struggling, man. I'm trying to find a card that matters.
If you don't have one, it's cool.
I've got one Scott would like. Just an interesting card. I like seeing when the one of one dynasties come up because personally, well, first of all, I really like 2018 Dynasty. But I actually tend to like the numbered to fives the best in Dynasty because I like the actual team patches more than I like.
I agree.
Laundry tags and even the MLB logo man and other stuff. Personally, I just think the really chunky pieces of patch that you can tell came from, like you can see here, like the Mets or whatever, like those things look really cool. There was a Joe Mauer, like that one to me is really cool. I don't know. There's some cool stuff ending on eBay like right now. So, but what do you think of that one? I thought you'd like that one, Scott.
So I was watching it. I feel the same way about authentic tags. They don't do as much for me for some reason. If that was like a Cardinals, well, I know it's a Diamondback, like Snakehead or something.
Yeah.
I would prefer that, which actually brings me to my card that I want to show next.
Oh, wait, what did the Goldschmidt go for?
It was $530 for a one of one. Seems the auto is a little faded on it.
Yeah, Dynasty collectors love to display their cards, and I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, it's a little faded, but it's a cool card.
I had the Yordan Alvarez version of that with the Majestic tag, and what I noticed was one of my friends picked up the he had like the team logo one of one, and I was asking him like, "Oh, that's cool. How much did you pay?" And he's like, "Well," and he knew more about Dynasty than me at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, the team logo should go for about 2 to 3 times more. That's why I paid more than you, Phil." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So actually, that makes me think there was that Ohtani one of one sale. So you can kind of extrapolate out what like a nicer one of one would go for, I guess. But not everything that's the tough thing with Dynasty. Every patch is so unique and different. And then on top of that, different players, different autograph strengths, different conditions, et cetera, et cetera.
Did you guys know there are pens and markers that are mostly or even entirely UV resistant that can be used?
Why is Topps not using those?
They need to. So hopefully, if anybody ever does watch this, that they would start using that because obviously that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And knowing that the graded company slabs aren't UV resistant, if they could actually use that, it'd be really good for the hobby if they would do that.
Yes, it would.
Maybe they did. So I own one. Let me find the Dynasty card. It's the Lindor that I own. I'm just going to show it real quick because I wonder if this is that ink because it's very different than any other autograph I've ever seen from Dynasty or Topps in general. From 2015 Dynasty.
Yeah.
This is a paint, I'm guessing it's like a paint pen, but you can see it got smeared because it takes longer to dry. So maybe that's why they don't do it. But this is very thick and bold. I can't really see this fading, if that makes sense. So I wonder if they did do it, but the smearing issues, because 2015 Dynasty, everything smeared.
Yeah.
All the autos.
I was also thinking, because we've talked a lot about innovation, and what else the companies could do, because they kind of just recycling a lot of ideas is, I've seen like race car drivers, certain ones, and other people who like use a saw and they like sign the back of cars or trucks that they race, and it looks like really cool. Like some of them are like very talented. But I know it's like, what if they did if there were certain card stocks like metal or wood where it was like carved in, like smoked into it, like engraved like with a laser or with like a like burned it into a wooden card or something. Some of that would be kind of cool, and it wouldn't fade. Sensibly, it wouldn't fade. That'd be kind of cool as an alternative to ink, which obviously is problematic just long term.
Here's my next card. This is the card. This is from Definitive. One thing about Definitive is they have excellent patches. And this is the Aaron Judge 2024 Topps Definitive 1/1 Jackie Robinson patch. So you know what day it's from. It's from Jackie Robinson Day. And in that game, Aaron Judge went like 0 for 4 with like 2 or 3 strikeouts. So does that hurt the card to you knowing, yes, it's game worn, but he had a horrible game in that jersey? Does that affect you at all or not at all?
Wouldn't bother me. Is it definitely game worn?
Yeah, game used.
Okay. Why would they waste that patch on a non-auto card?
Well, that's kind of like the whole highlight of these cards is it's focused on like the big logos.
Okay.
So there's probably not space for an autograph and still have a picture of Aaron Judge. Like, where'd you put his face? Like right here.
Okay.
That
I'm guessing.
I hate to say it, but just the design of that card, Scott, reminds me of. I'm gonna steal the screen just for 1 second. Like the manufactured relics that come in Topps retail blasters.
It sure does.
Yeah, it really does.
That way.
That it was. I think it's 2023 and 2022. Where they did I had a Judge that it looked just like that. Maybe it wasn't 2022. I have a Miguel Cabrera still somewhere. I don't know where it is, but it looked that just like the design of that was like, what?
Also, I'm a lying piece of crap. Aaron Judge went 1 for 2 with 2 walks that game. So if it's from last year's Jackie Robinson Day.
No, that pack is so unique. It wouldn't bother me if he had a bad game at all.
Yeah. I think the market's still trying to figure out how much that stuff matters, the actual game's performance. So we're a few years away from getting any clarity there, probably.
Let's offer Tyler He's double.
It is interesting, though, because we see how much specific game worn, like balls and jersey, not worn, but balls and jerseys and bats and things go for. So you would think that if that piece of jersey were from a truly iconic game or like at least a good performance, it should boost it a little bit, but it's probably because the market just doesn't know they don't know how to value it. They just don't. Or
if that was NBA patch tie commemorative to a specific game for sure, what would that be worth of the Aaron Judge caliber player?
I don't know, but I have there's a comparable card from, it's like 2014 Court Kings. A guy on my team, Parker, has a LeBron James card, and it's one of the few sets in Panini that's actually game dated. So the back says it's from this game and it's this stat line and tells you what they did. And it's from the Christmas Day game, and it's from a specific jersey that they only wore that year on Christmas. It's like a red Heat jersey. And so it's a very cool, it was like Parker's favorite jersey. He has the exact jersey, like as a copy, of that one. And then to find the card that was like game dated with that in it, with a piece of it, that's pretty cool. So it definitely gets a premium for all those reasons because it's game dated and unique.
Sick.
Got one here. So during the pandemic, a lot of people said 20,000 combined pop for Luis Robert between Beckett and PSA, that wouldn't matter because 20,000 people want one in their collection. Well, this is what happens when 0 people want one in their collection. This is actually the refractor, so the pops are actually not accurate on that. But $1.25, but you got to factor in the $6 shipping, so that's how they get you.
I remember
3 bids. Wow.
I remember opening that product on release day. I found some blasters, and I sold Luis Robert rookies for $60 a piece, the base. I remember selling those. Yeah, just shows not great.
That's so depressing.
That's a great call there, Phil. That's really funny.
Very fun to look at that. The PSA 10s in Market Movers back in September of 2020 were going for $500.
Oh my gosh.
Refractor or just base chrome?
The refractor. The PSA 9 the PSA 9 was topped out around 110, apparently, but
It's not bad. That's only like a 99.8% loss.
the PSA 9 is now down to $8. So,
Wow.
hashtag invest.
All right. Whose turn? Who's
Yours.
up? Okay. I didn't mention this before, but I told these guys before we hit record that I don't get really upset about a lot of things, but there's one thing lately that's gotten me really like irrationally upset, or I think maybe rationally upset. And it's what eBay does. They won't show you the end of an auction, if that makes sense. Instead, they show you this. When you try to click over from like market movers or 130 point, and you just want to see like, what a card went for, you want to kind of look at it. You just get this. And this makes me so mad.
Yep. Even they do this inside of eBay. Something changed on eBay when they started forcing people to fill in certain attributes, and some people started copying other listings where it does one of three things. It does this. Sometimes it still shows you the card, and sometimes it redirects you to another item for sale that's similar but not the same card, or might be the same card. And there's no way to fix it. Nope. And somebody just literally left us a negative 1-star review on the App Store for Market Movers because of this that eBay did. Are you serious? Yes. They're like, stupid app is broken and won't show me the items on eBay, trying to get me to buy more stuff. And I'm like, it's not. There's nothing I can do. I can't. You can literally shorten their URL to just be the item ID. And it's something about the way the listing was created that they won't show you certain items.
Yeah,
like
it's infuriating. I can get to the actual item like 1 out of 10 times.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. Yep. All right, so the next card I wanted to talk about,
especially if you're trying to inspect the item for shill bidding and other things, which you can't do now on certain auctions.
Yeah. So there's a couple guys heading into the season that I'm kind of interested in. I'll put out like a list at some point so you guys know who to avoid and who's likely to suffer a catastrophic injury. But Corey Seager is a guy. I feel like Texas is sort of being completely slept on, and Corey Seager is a guy that
I have that over here in mine too.
Do you? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so I was watching this card and I saw a PSA 9 sold during the year last year for like $600. And I'm like, well, here's a min gem, which is basically the same thing, right? It's got a 9 on surface. There's no way this is a PSA 10. So I figured it would end around the same price. And it did not. And I was really surprised. You guys have a guess about where this would go? This is a gold refractor. Sorry, Topps Chrome gold refractor auto.
Seager's market's strong right now.
Is it?
Yeah. I bought the Dynasty Seager just barely I bought a PSA 10 Dynasty Seager auto for $800, I think. And then maybe $900. I can't remember. It was right around there. And somebody reached out and was like, hey, I want this card. And I posted it. And so they went above that. Really, I'm just surprised. People really like Corey Seager for good reason. 2-time World Series MVP.
Yeah,
maybe a Hawthorne path he can stay healthy. Like people are speculating on him right now.
My first knee-jerk gut was 1,200, but then I suddenly wanted to be like, no, probably like 700. Like I don't know.
I'm gonna steal your screen because this is a part of the conversation.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm thinking somewhere around. So his market's got to be similar to Francisco Lindor. So yeah, it's got to be around like 700 to 1,200, maybe in the low side 7.
There you go. He just showed it. He just spoiled it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, you just showed it. You just had it on You just had it on the screen. It was like 1,083 or something.
Exactly, 1,080. Yeah.
But I want to compare that to the Bowman Chrome autograph at 1,850. Now that feels like too close. Phil, you're the multiplier guy. Is that too close? Or is it just me think that's too close?
You look at some modern players, ultra modern players, and you'll see it even closer between the two. But that's more of like inefficiency, arbitrage opportunity. Like if you could, you'd short the Topps Chrome one, maybe go long the Bowman one if you really like the guy. But yeah, 2x, is that bad? Not really. Not really.
It's possible he's Bowman Chrome. People get confused because he also has that Team USA Bowman Chrome auto in 2010. It's a sticker and it sucks, but I'm sure some people still like it. I think it says first on it too.
Does it say first? That was my question.
And that was in 2x. That was more like 80%.
Yeah.
Premium. So yeah, maybe a little bit cheaper for the Bowman Chrome, or one of them could be out of whack, I guess.
It does have the first Bowman logo. Why? They did the same thing to Lindor and I think Bregman too.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I think Garrett Cole might be in that group as well. Guys that have a USA auto before their first Bowman Chrome auto.
Technically, Bryce Harper does too.
Yeah.
He actually has a Bowman Chrome first autograph that was a buyback from the 2010.
Yeah, that's
Bowman
his first
Chrome.
on-card licensed auto, yeah.
Some people consider that his Bowman Chrome autograph and not the 2011 because it was released in packs. I don't know. Up to you to decide. I would say no, but it does not have the first Bowman Chrome logo on his Bowman Chrome autograph that we're all aware of because of the USA. But now they don't care about that. We see that with Seager. He had it here, and they also put on his 2012. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Bregman does have it on his 2016 for the record. I used to actually collect Bregman.
Did you?
Before the scandal, before I realized how much better Juan Soto was. Yeah, up till like November-ish of 2018, and that's when the scandal news broke out. So it was perfect. So I'm like, oh, I'll just sell the rest of my Bregmans and just move into this Juan Soto guy.
That was a good move, Phil.
Yeah, I picked up and then did Acuna too. But yeah, I was late to Ohtani. That's where I failed.
I think you're still doing okay. You know, there's no such thing as too late to Ohtani, Phil.
According to Scott, there is.
Right.
All right,
Hey, I'm going to get one eventually. Maybe.
I will
you got
say
another
really
one,
quick.
Scott?
There was a talk about Corey Seager potentially being. He has an interesting Hall of Fame potential trajectory. He's got 3 postseason MVPs already, and that's a lot. I don't think anyone else has 3.
Wait, what?
2 World Series, probably 1 CS of some.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
2
It's
rings,
like, no,
3
just 2.
postseason MVPs.
Reggie Jackson, maybe?
No,
He's got at least 2.
he's got 2.
And I know Dave Stewart's got 2. Rivera,
Nobody cares about the
World
other
Series,
division.
though?
Series.
Ortiz has 2. Yeah, 2 World Series MVPs. Now we're starting to get pretty.
That feels kind of like far-fetched.
Yeah.
Nope, he has 2 MVPs, both in the World Series.
All right, I got one for our new. Since our podcast is shifting to a new topic,
Go ahead.
Pikachu for Scott.
Ah.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see our audience leave and get triggered. This card was interesting to me. I think it's a problem because I think it's a cool card. I like the design of it, but it's almost like this card went for $7,500.
What? For a player worn?
Apparently seems is that what it says?
It's player worn. All the rookies in triple threads are player
worn. Yeah, I mean, see, it's a question of Topps shouldn't do that. Like, it's a question of awareness, like people just getting suckered in. Like, this is a cool card, but if you were to put in $7,500 to see all the other stuff you could get for Jackson Churio as a rookie card, this to me is more like a card that I think is a cool collector card as a non-rookie card in an off year that's going to cost you like $300. Ideally game worn, not player worn. Like, it'd be cool if this one was engraved too, by the way. It'd be really neat, but I think that would be. But that's a lot of money, assuming it got paid for. It was listed for like 13,000, and apparently this was the best offer. So I don't know.
Oh, that's I don't know. All triple threads this year for rookies player worn. I think it's dumb. It did not used to be that way, but that's what they did this year. And
that seems like a harbinger of doom for other products. Then hopefully that's not the case.
It won't be for Dynasty. It wasn't for Definitive.
Right.
Definitive is game worn, which is good. But like the middle tiers, it may be a concern. But you can go get like his Topps Chrome Red refractor autograph for that price.
Yeah.
You can get his Bowman Chrome Gold prospect autograph for that price in a PSA 10. $7,900 right now, or best offer. With that being said, here is the next. I have 2 more cards. I'll go quick. I just thought this card was interesting. Jose Fernandez. He was so good. For those that don't know, Jose Fernandez, he died in a boating accident.
That seems cheap.
He was like 23 years old. So, like, what do we think? $1,000? Is that too cheap for this card? For how good he was? Did he play long enough to have a legacy? Like, what do we think about this?
This tragic story. I feel like that's that's truly a one of one.
That's a really cool card. But yeah, like it's just he's more at this point known for the tragedy of it than anything else.
Yeah. So we get some good like highlight moments where he hit a home run and circled the bases and pissed somebody off. And of course how nasty he was as a pitcher. He was actually one of my favorite players to collect as this all happened. I was in my Dynasty Fantasy Baseball League. I still own actually one of his Bowman Chrome autos, just kind of as a collector piece, I guess, if that's a thing. I guess it is for you guys. So, but for that card to go for that much more than $980, like, what's his market right now? Who's buying his stuff? Like, popular amongst, the Miami, people that collect Cuban players, I don't know if there's any like whales buying his stuff, and it's a finest auto at the end of the day.
Here's Jose Fernandez's rookie year versus Paul Skeen's rookie year, by the way. Just to give you an idea how good Jose Fernandez was. Yeah. Still impressive. I know Paul Skeen probably had a better year, but my point is it kind of was like Paul Skeen's level of hype.
Yeah.
That card still
with Strasburg on there.
With that being said, here's this card. This is a Mike Trout 2024 Tier 1 with a pro debut patch from his USA team. What do we think of this card? USA game-worn jersey from a USA game of some kind. Do you think that's cool from when he was a prospect or not cool?
I don't like his facial expression.
Yeah. I don't care about this. For whatever reason, this does not move my needle.
Yeah, this one doesn't do anything for me, honestly. I don't know.
I think it's pretty cool that it's a pre-rookie big USA game-worn jersey, but it's sold for only $117, which surprised me.
Yeah, I like he's got some WBC cards in Dynasty with like this, the Captain America salute thing. I like with the autos. I like that. Those a lot better.
Okay.
Maybe he performed better in that series.
Okay, so those are the cards looked at this week. If you like this style of video, let us know. It's a little bit different, a little bit more unstructured. So if you like us, just going through random auctions that we were watching, let us know in the comments down below. Other than that, we'll see you later this week with another episode. See you guys.